Hey everyone, this is Ann with CannSave.com, and I am here to do the 2015 Reseller Yearly Review tag because I was tagged by Tanya over at Thrifty Treasures. So thank you, Tanya. This is a new tag someone created. I'm not sure who created it originally. I'm sorry, but I think it was someone from England because I'm looking at the questions and I see boot fair and boot sale, and those are British terms for sure. So I'm going to do this, and I do want to remind you all who are newer on YouTube, picker reselling community, that 2 years ago, I just looked it up, I created, or actually three years ago, so it was 2013, I had started the picker tag. And it was 15 questions, like getting to know you, and a bunch of people did it. But I know that there are a lot of new people, so I will link that tag below. I should really probably redo mine because I bet all of my answers are old, and I just looked at the video. I was like, yee, that was a couple cameras ago, and my camera angle and all, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, if you never did the picker tag, it's an intro video, who you are, what you sell, why you do it, blah, blah, blah. Go check that out. And if you didn't do it back then, you know, you might want to do it now if you're looking for another video idea. And maybe I'll redo mine in the coming year because, like I said, 3 years ago, it's probably pretty out of date. But anyway, this is a new one. 2015 Reseller Yearly Review tag. So I'm going to jump right in and do this tag. So here we go. Excuse me. Question 1, best pickup. Oh, definitely a couple things come to mind. The little Hallmark bird ornaments that I got. I paid $2 each for them. One sold for $60, the other sold for $200. Those were pretty good. Then the Coit, C-O-I-T, Coit calligraphy pens, the vintage pens that were still in the package that I got at a fill-a-bag sale, so I only paid probably $2 or $3 for them. Those sold for $200. Those were probably the ones that stick out the most. Number 2, biggest sourcing fail. Well, I did get a lot of clothes and stuff this year at Goodwill, and now we're kind of getting out of clothes. So I don't know if that was a fail so much because I didn't pay much for the stuff and it's going to the consignment store, but it definitely was a lot of time and effort going to get that stuff and cleaning and repairing, and the stuff that did get listed, and now there's stuff that isn't listed and now I've got to take it to the consignment store. So I guess maybe that was kind of a sourcing fail for me, all the clothing from Goodwill, but yeah, I can at least get my money back, make a little money on some of it at the consignment store. Number 3, best investment in your business this year other than stock. Probably just resetting the basement up for eBay, which is the reason I bought this house. Well, one of the reasons I bought this house, because it has a finished basement, and that's where my eBay, all of my eBay business originally was. I had my office down there, and then I moved up here with my office, but my inventory has been up here, down there, up here, down there. I finally committed to setting it up completely, my inventory down there. Well, biggest investment fail was probably by buying 2 more clothing racks because now I'm not going to use them. But anyway, I didn't buy anything new for that area, but I guess it was a time commitment, you know, to get it set up because I have my shipping supplies and then all the inventory and just reorganizing that. So yeah, I guess that was probably an investment. Number 4, best advice you've received from the community this year. And I guess the reseller, everyone, it's funny because I started, you know, on YouTube back in the day when we called ourselves the picker community and the picking militia. And those days are, you know, that was back when there were like 20 of us on here. So it's changed a lot. Now that people say the reseller community. Best advice, to be on, and I'm going to be honest with you, the best advice I receive is to just not listen to the advice. And that's because it's so easy to get sucked into watching videos and going on the Facebook pages and groups and everything. And when I do that and I start listening to what other people are doing, thinking, oh, maybe I should do that too, that's when things go south. When I listen to myself, my instincts, my own experience, I do best. So the best advice from the reseller community is probably not to take it, which is terrible. And I don't mean that. I think if you're new, you're just starting out, you're, you know, trying to figure things out, there's, you know, a lot of great advice and help out there. Probably for those of us who have a lot more experience, probably just listening to our own instincts. You know, recently I switched from, I had toyed with free shipping. After all these years of not doing free shipping, I started to toy with it again because everybody was like, free shipping, free shipping, free shipping. I thought, well, maybe nowadays you have to do the free shipping. Didn't work for me. Same thing with listed and forget it. I know people are like listed and forget it diehards. Listed and forget it does not work for me. It drives me crazy. I like to have things on a 30-day loop so I can reevaluate it at the end of 30 days, lower the price, decide what I want to do with it. Yeah, so that sounds terrible, like don't take any advice. But just for me, it's listening to my own instincts, which I think some people have said. I know I've said it. I've listened to my own advice. Funniest, strangest boot fair experience of the year. And I guess boot fair are those. In Britain, they go out and they have their cars lined up in a field and they open their trunks and sell their trunks, kind of like a flea market out of your trunk, I guess, is a boot fair. So I guess this would be estate sale. You know, my memory, people, I just can't remember what I did yesterday, much less what I did, you know, all through the year. I've gone to a lot of estate sales this year. There have just in general been some really stinky houses. You walk in and you're like, whoa, that just doesn't smell good. Doesn't smell good in here. Someone died. There may be a dead cat. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of smelly houses. A lot of really odd layout houses. I think the oddest house that I went to was a house that had a basement that was set up completely like a first level of a house. Obviously someone had an apartment down there, or mother-in-law suite or something, but it was set up so that there were curtains hanging up and there was nothing behind them. So you were down there like, oh, this is like another level of the house, like you would be on the first level. No, it was the basement, because I pulled a curtain back. I was like, there's nothing but a brick wall. This is a little creepy. And there was a spiral staircase encased in glass, so you couldn't actually get on the staircase anymore. I'm like, that's what's going on here. You know, you hear about those people with like the bunkers and they have the houses underground that look like houses. I thought this must have been what they were thinking. If the end of the world was coming or something, they would come down here and live and it would look like a normal house. So I think that was kind of the weirdest house I went to. Number 6, boot fair bugbear of the year. I have no idea what that means. Boot fair bugbear. Is that your biggest flop? Worst experience? I really don't have any bad experiences of being out picking. And when I'm out, I'm quiet. I stick to myself, other than the employees who work there, who I know, and you know, I can talk quietly to them. When I go out picking, I try to be as inconspicuous as possible. Keep to myself, be quiet. You know, you have people who go in, they're loud, they're on their phone, they're yelling across the room, they're arguing with the employees, and I just get the things I want to get, and I go and I quietly check out and I leave. I try not to call attention to myself. So I don't know if that was the right answer for number 6, but that's what I got. Number 7, best feedback of the year. Well, I just hit 7,000 feedback on eBay, 10 years in, 7,000 feedback, pretty darn good, 100% positive, top rated seller plus, and power sellers. So that's always nice. Last year when I wasn't really doing eBay, I did a little, but actually I lost power seller. I was $5 off of being power seller. So I lost my power seller after 10 years for like a month until I got it back. Because I was like, I must be power seller again. But the best feedback, you know, sometimes you get those feedback. They were like, everything was great. One thing was broken. Everything was great, or I love it, but it's not black, it's blue, or just like weird feedback where they compliment you and then they smack you in the face. I don't know. So yeah, I don't have a best feedback, but I do get a lot. And you know, people say this, like, we take so much time packaging. I get a lot of people who comment that the packaging was great. It looked like a gift. My dad wraps things up, so it looks like it's wrapped in gift wrap. I'll get, oh, it came gift wrap. I'm like, oh, no, it wasn't. It was just wrapped nicely. But yeah, getting things faster than they thought because I tried to upgrade shipping. Item was better than expected. That's another one, because like I always say, the best advice I ever got when I started on eBay was to under promise and over deliver. So if something is in amazing condition, I just kind of say, oh, it's in very good condition. And then people get there and like, wow, this is even better than I thought it was. So I get that a lot. And I guess those are always the best feedbacks for me, when you can under promise and then over deliver, and your customers are really, really happy because you've packaged well, they've gotten their item faster, and it's even better than they thought it was going to be. Number 8, Product that has surprised you this year, probably more than anything, just things that used to sell really well that don't anymore. One I will mention is Wilton cake pans. I used to do so well with Wilton cake pans, the character ones. Now it just seems like you can't give them away. I actually just took a bunch to Goodwill because they're big, they're bulky. I used to be able to get them, list them, they'd be out of here the next day. Now, I don't know. There are still some individual characters that can do well, but as a whole, I'm probably not going to pick them up anymore. And that was something that was one of those things that I always got. Wilton cake pans, Wilton cake pans, Wilton cake pans. And now it's coming, you know, maybe it'll come back again. Good old Garfield here. When I started on eBay, he was such a hot seller. And then he wasn't a hot seller. Maybe he'll be a hot seller again someday. Number 9, bestseller this Q4. So quarterly, fourth quarter. I have to be honest with you. I haven't had a traditional fourth quarter in years. Back when I had my new gift business, I would be like, September would be busy, then kind of October, November, December, then September dropped off, October was really busy, then October dropped off, November was really busy, November dropped off, December was. Now, I just kind of find that things are steady. But that, again, is what I sell. I'm not doing the new stock. I do have, you know, my eBay is Annabelle's Gift Shop. And I have some gifty things. Most of what I sell, I think, is aimed more for collectors for themselves, vintage stuff. So I honestly haven't had what you would call a traditional fourth quarter. And I don't expect it anymore. I don't think like, oh my gosh, I've got to get ready for the fourth quarter. I just think I need to be finding quality products, good condition, buy them super cheap, and sellable items that will sell all year round. So, you know, I can't say that I've had a bestseller this fourth quarter. I've been trying to blow things out and get stuff out of here. So I guess sale items have been the bestseller. And number 10, aim for 2016. So in 2014, I basically took 4 months off completely out of eBay. And then the rest of the year, I was just doing it kind of I think I had like 50 items in my eBay store. I really wasn't doing much. And then after taking a nice break from it, I really was like, I need to get back in it. And then I just went, boom, I just dived head first. I went a little too crazy this summer, buying. And then I got backed up and then I was stressed out trying to get caught up. And now I'm finally caught up. This year, I want to pace myself more. I want to focus on quality, making sure I'm looking at things over carefully to avoid bringing home things that are broken. And, you know, that happens all the time, but I need to be more careful about that. Staying away from certain categories that I'm not going to sell in anymore. Wilton cake bands. I'm not going to do jigsaw puzzles, games. Those things just tend to sit. They're bulky. Too many people are sending them to Amazon FBA. I don't want to deal with it. Focusing on small, easy to list, easy to ship items. Even if they are $10 items, if I can get something for a quarter, sell it for $10, buyer pays shipping. It's easy to list. It's easy to ship. It's not something that people are going to come back and complain about and ask a million questions about. I'm fine with that. That was kind of my selling strategy for a lot of years. And then this past year, I was like, well, maybe I should try to aim for higher things and get more complicated things. I'm not happy doing that. It stresses me out. I don't have time. Yeah, I have too many other things I'm doing. I need to make eBay as easy as I can for me and focusing on small items. I mean, sure, if I go out and find things I can sell for $100, don't get me wrong. You know, the ornaments and flatware and stuff, still going to do that. But like complicated things, electronics, why do I pick up electronics? Electronics are just questions. Especially if they're vintage. I have the tube radio up now. And I'm like, if one person asks me one more stupid question, I'm just going to like... I'm just narrowing my focus, quality over quantity, sellable items that will sell quickly because I don't want things sitting around here forever. So that completes the picker tag. Now, people have been like tagging 2 people. I'm going to tag 4. First of all, I'm going to tag everybody. If you're watching this, you haven't done it, do it. I want to see. But I'm going to tag 4 people specifically. I'm going to tag Kay, Mad Main, Heather, the paper castle, who's probably going to kill me. She's like, it's Christmas. I've got too much to do. I can't do a tag. I'm tagging Heather. I'm going to tag Wally. And I'm going to tag Brent with O Unit Productions. What's Wally's? I can't think of what Wally's screen name is. Dakota Treasure Hunter. Yeah. So Kay Mad Main, Heather Paper Castle, Wally Dakota Treasure Hunter, Brett O Unit Productions. Those are the 4 I'm tagging, but I want everybody to do it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Any questions or comments below? You like this tag? Thumbs up. Go check out the picker tag from 2013 and do that one if you haven't done that one either. And maybe I'll do an updated one this coming year, because like I said, a lot has changed in 3 years. So that is it for this time, guys. Thank you to Tanya for tagging me in this. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.